When I started putting videos on this channel, I did not think it was going to be a Rocket League drama YouTube channel, and yet here we are putting another drama video out because there are North American RLCS teams who are not going to be playing in Open 2, maybe all because of some just weird sign-up issues. Now, where it all started for me today is with Mr. AlphaCap. He said RLCS needs to figure out their website. We can't play RLCS Quals 2 because they're saying I joined a wrong link on Sunday. He has a big paragraph here, but the point is, basically, he tried to follow some links to sign up. Apparently, it wasn't the right links. There was some other different way. He wants to play in the tournament, but because it's too late now, he's not going to get to. And it's not just his team. It's not just AlphaCap's team. Talk, Calm, and Evo, a team that finished top 16, is also having issues. And they're saying, please, RL Esports, allow us to fix, this issue, even though we're late, and sign up. The actual regional begins for these guys, I think, Friday, maybe even Thursday. So a couple days from now, for sure. Whether it's 3 or 2, not a really big deal. And when I saw these tweets earlier on, you can see Calm tweeting about it, saying, please, I'm begging RL Esports to allow us to register the events. I thought, this is going to get solved. This is going to get solved. I can't imagine this will be a real issue. Joria says, yeah, there's definitely issues with StartGG's website. Hopefully the right thing gets done and these teams get to sign up. You can see Raw Greg saying, yeah, we can't have a regional without AlphaCap or Calm. Now, I think AlphaCap is a little bit of a stretch. I think Calm, who has RLCS points and has been playing in the main RLCS for a long time, really should be playing. I think Cap should be playing as well, just to be clear. But I think he's at least slightly joking by grouping those two together. But anyways, it seems like maybe they're not going to get to. And let me talk a little bit about how it works and maybe why. So this is StartGG. If you don't know, StartGG is a site that helps you run tournaments in order to just do a lot of the admin work and a lot of behind the scenes work that you need when you're trying to combine huge brackets together. They do it all. I've used it for my tournaments in the past as well. It's a really good way to get qualifiers in and basically have it run all by itself. They have admins behind the scenes confirming stuff, editing stuff if they need to. But for the most part, it's fairly automated. And this is where you would go if you wanted to sign up for the next NA regional. Now, in this case, NA Open 2 is obviously closed. So I'd have to pull up NA Open 3 and I'd go here, hit join now, and then try and maybe get on a team. I'd have to make a brand new team because I'm not on a team. Believe it or not, I'm not trying to qualify for RLCS. But after I do that, I think I have to also sign up for an event. I haven't gone all the way through the process, but I have done this with the 1v1 stuff before. And it's really easy to think you've signed up and you haven't. There'll be players who sign up for like the global event, but not the specific bracket event for NA or EU or whatever. So it's possible to make mistakes. Now, obviously, most teams are not making those mistakes, but there seems to be a rise in mistakes in StartGG in general. In fact, last week, not only did, they signed up correctly, Calm's team, but they had some issues with check-in or something that led to a DQ that forced them into the lower bracket. And then they were able to just play through the lower bracket and end up still qualifying. And now they're running into this issue. So there seems to be clearly some issues with StartGG going on. And I thought from an admin perspective, as someone who's run tournaments like this, people are going to realize this. They're just going to, figure it out in the next couple of days. That's probably why they give themselves a big buffer between sign-in, deadline, and when everything actually happens. But it seems like people who maybe have a little bit of authority are suggesting maybe not. You could see this post on the Rocket League Esports saying, where is tech for Open 2? This is Calm's team. I was checking the registered teams and I was looking to see where they were. They point out Calm's different tweets and stuff. And then Direct, the RLCS statistician, I don't know if he also works as an admin, but it seems like he's coming from a place of authority at least a little bit, or maybe he's just inserting himself. I'm not sure. He's saying, I don't know about tech, but Kep's issue was a mistake he made, not any sort of issue with Start. So, okay, sure. I think at the end of the day, what we need to realize is StartGG is a tool. StartGG is a tool that's trying to help all these teams sign up. And the reality is, because it's, computer programming, it's not often going to just have a complete mistake where it just pulls Calm's team out for no reason. But at some point, we need to accept the fact that there's some level of responsibility for people who are running the event or who made StartGG to be like, it's not as simple as it could be. We'll homie you this time. But for whatever reason, it seems like that's not what's going to happen. John talks about it a little bit more, who I know is an RLCS admin, and I might be covering up a little bit of what he said. But he says, a global StartGG team and an event-specific StartGG team are two different things. It's a common mistake, but the idea behind the global team is you make that, and then it's a lot easier to sign up for future events. You just add your pre-created team, and all you have to do is accept the event registration. Basically, maybe they signed up for a global team, but they didn't sign up for the specific event. I don't know what happened in Calm's situation. Did they maybe sign up late? Either way, after all this, I think we just got to let them sign up. I thought for sure we were going to let him sign up because of this stuff that Direct is saying. It feels like they've been giving a little bit of pushback, but at the end of the day, just because some other teams had it figured out, if it's a little bit confusing, it could have been chess puzzles. And like, if somebody can't figure it out just because everyone else did, I don't know if we should blame them, right? At some point, we need to just help these people out a little bit. In fact, if it was chess puzzles, Calm might have been better because Calm is super good at chess. And I'm pretty sure he's like 2,000 rated from when I talked to him last time and some posts I've seen here and there on subreddits about him. So I hope this gets resolved. I imagine it's going to get resolved. I can't imagine we don't have Calm talking Evo playing a top 16 team who's clearly trying to play, who very quickly said, whoops, we messed up and they want to get in. Isn't this the whole point of this like grace period, few days? And that's why signups aren't like minutes before. I don't know, but I don't think that now is the time to enforce the rules like crazy and try and get too high and mighty on our thrones of this is how everyone else did it. This is how you're supposed to do it. And I know it's tough to make the decisions. I've had to make those decisions as a 1v1 guy before or 1v1 tournament runner. And it's like, should we just allow this guy in even though he's a little bit late? And in general, I do. I'm not RLCS, so I bend a lot of rules. When I first started making tournaments, I just like changed entire structures of the whole tournament just to make sure people didn't miss. Obviously, you can't do that, but you have multiple days to let some big top teams who are clearly trying to sign up. And I get that maybe they're short-staffed, and maybe there's like a downside of if you let Talk's team do it, there's going to be thousands of teams who all didn't sign up and also want to get in. And guess what? You should probably just play favorites. And if you have to pick, favorites like the team that already has RLCS points, play favorites to them. That's a way to do it. That would probably bring Calm in and maybe not Kep. But the reality is you should probably have Alpha Kep's team and Calm's team and maybe a few other teams. There's probably not that many more requests. Just bring them in. They just want to play. There were clearly some issues with setting up that multiple different people, weren't able to do it. Calm's been signing up and playing RLCS forever. Just let them play. Just let them play. If you're thinking about not letting them play, just let them play.